Hello, welcome everyone to The Distraction Plays TEW. It is a big show. Big show. Joseph Hulbert, leader of SmackDown, booking Judgment Day. I'm Jeremy Lambert. Joe, I know you're excited for this. You just want to get into this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just ready for a good time, and that's my motto. It has been since day one. I'm very excited. I've been looking at I've been tracking the numbers for our pay-per-view, and I was told this morning by Road Dogg Jesse James that this is tracking to be the biggest pay-per-view in the history of wrestling.
Oh my God.
Yeah, now look, I don't know if I believe him. In fact, I don't. But I'm going to run with that theory. Jeff Jarrett is still mad at us, but once he gets his paycheck from being an agent on this show, he won't be anymore. I promise. This is about to be blockbuster. Jeremy, this is the biggest show in the history of Earth. That's my pitch for it.
I would not trust a degenerate like the Road Dogg giving you this information. I'm sorry.
Yeah, good point.
But
good point.
He is one of the degenerates, and I would not trust him.
He's so edgy and he's so cool.
Yes.
It's hard not to believe him when he's talking to you. But you are right. You are, mate. You do make a good point, I must say.
All right, here we go. Judgment Day. Everyone go back, watch the product. We're not doing this big spiel. We've literally been recording for 4 hours doing this booking stuff today. We've recorded, 3 weeks of television and now the pay-per-view. And this is all going to air within a month of each other. So we just did a month of videos in 4 hours. So there you go, everybody.
Yeah. All right. And we're not being selfish at all, right, Jeremy? We're doing it for the audience. It's not like we're having a great time over here, right? We're suffering through this stuff, guys. Enjoy it.
All right, WWE Network is what we're airing on here. Oh, you do have incidents.
Oh, God.
Dolph Ziggler's an unhappy. I hope Ziggler is just ruining. Who would Ziggler be texting on Raw? Just being like, this is just nonsense. I don't know. Like, all of his friends, you have all of his friends. You have Miz, you have Rude. What other friends does Dolph Ziggler
John Morrison
have?
is in NXT.
Yeah, Morrison's in NXT. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know who other friends Dolph Ziggler has, but here we go. All right. Oh, man. Paige and Liv Morgan.
Oh, God.
I feel like this will be okay. I think this will be a protege thing. It'll just be passing on psychology. Oh, no, not. I was wrong.
Okay. I have not. Oh, no.
Paige.
Oh, my God.
The people at home can't see this, and I'm not going to pull it up because it's too much effort on my part. But the issue is Paige has caused heat with Liv Morgan when she kept being openly critical of her in-ring work. Kind of fair. Have you seen the ratings Liv Morgan has been getting on this program? As her employer, you now have to choose how to deal with Paige. I dare you to fire her. I know you have no plans with Paige. Just fire her.
I love the idea that I had any other plan than fire her right now.
Okay.
That's exactly what I was going to do.
Okay, good. We're going to fire Paige. Just get out. Paige has improved her behavior. Good for her. She can improve it on the indie scene.
Yes, enjoy being Jim Ross's color commentator. Oh, he's left. Jim Ross is retired now.
Jim Ross is retired. Simmering tension. All right. Paige is now strong dislike with Liv Morgan. Who cares? You're not in the company anymore. Liv Morgan is unhappy, saying your decision was harsh. Oh, no.
Good thing she's doing the yob tonight. Hey, here we go. Let's get...
All right. Well, now the people know that we rule with an iron fist here. The Vince McMahon character that we play, we rule with an iron fist.
Well, it depends. If you're Randy Orton, I'll just be like, I'll change the finish 5 times, Randy. What do you want? But if you're Paige and I left you on the roster page and you start going up to Liv Morgan about her ring work, you're out of here. That's it. It's a wrap.
Drew McIntyre incident. I think this will be okay. Drew's not causing a scene.
Locker room leader.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I hear.
Fine. Yep. Waffle bar. A Drew McIntyre waffle bar. Sounds amazing.
We are slamming the cold beers this evening. Let me tell you, it is going to be a party once we're wrapping this show up.
All right. Bobby Lashley. This is probably a good thing as well.
Don't let me down, Bob, please.
Be all right. He did so you got barbecue and waffles here at this pay-per-view.
You can tell that Yoko's in the house today, right? You can tell, man. This is a big time event where everyone's here to have some fun tonight. Everyone's ready for a good time.
Everyone is ready for a good time, 100%. Yes. Here we go. Joseph, Judgment Day, the floor is yours.
Okay, I'm going to pull up my notes here, Jeremy. As you know, I prepared studiously for this event.
I heard you took an extra 48 hours to prepare for this event.
Yeah, indeed. I believe the last episode ended with you asking me to read this card out, and I nearly spoiled multiple results as my notes. Dude, tell me the results, so in case I forget. But we'll start with a pre-show match because I do have a pre-show match, and I definitely never forgot that. It has received tremendous build. We are going to do Naomi and Carmella, a match of two of the greatest SmackDown Women's Champions in the history of professional wrestling. I mean, I think that's factual, right? There's only been like 5 of them. We're going to do Naomi over in 7 minutes on the pre-show. And I don't want you to book any of these segments, but just for the sake of the audience, this will come after some incredible pre-show panel work from Jonathan Coachman and the gang. We're going to have JBL Zoom or Skype his way into the event to discuss all the happenings on SmackDown. Judgment Day is a very special day in JBL canon, right, Jeremy? So, this is a big day for him. He's going to talk about this match. Naomi over Carmella is how we are starting this. Now on to the big stuff. The US title tournament. Now, I know you said to me, Jeremy, off air or on air, one or the other, this is what you're really looking forward to, right? You definitely hadn't figured out who was going to win it. You definitely hadn't. We're starting with Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio. 2006 lives forever.
Ray's got to come up with a new way to take the RKO after.
True. Yes, he took it on just a few days ago, 2 days ago, in fact. But he's creative enough to do it. 2 of my favourite guys. We're going to give him 14 minutes, long enough for Randy to work a limb, short enough to keep everyone awake. But I will have a great time watching this. Randy Orton, as you said, creative RKO finish. He is winning this one clean. Okay, now we've got a fun one up next. We did a little video package for this, but this is just one of those on-paper matches. Samoa Joe, Keith Lee, a generational clash of big men. Would you agree, Jeremy? Generational? Is that too far, or is it working for you?
It works. I don't know if it's true, but it works, sure.
Okay, good.
I'm just happy to see Keith Lee wrestle somebody else, and we don't. You got to call it Dijakovic.
We're going to actually have Joe. New gimmick for Joe is he's like an archer, and he constantly is doing like a imaginary bow and arrow. We're just going to there as a callback spot. Okay, I want this to be a steal the show and all out. What I try to do with Lashley, I'm going to do that here.
I think it'll work a lot better here than it did with Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I'm hoping Joe's psychology stat is as good as it should be, and that will get us through. Keith Lee is winning in 10 minutes in a crazy match. I'm allowing Joe to put on like 2 minutes of a nerve hold. No more, no less. But I'm allowing that if he needs it, if he's tired. Joe, I love you. You're going to do the job for me here. Thank you very much, Joe. We'll smash the cold beers after the event is up, and you'll see that this all made sense. Don't worry. Trust me, that's nothing to what Randy's going to say.
Yeah, Randy. Right? If SmackDown is any indication, you're going to have your hands full with Randy. I hope you don't have plans for Randy in the coming months, because you might have to give him a vacation.
Yeah, there may be a trade in the works in that sense.
I've murdered Randy Orton on my show. The cardboard cutout stood for Randy Orton on this show.
Perhaps that's how I sell this to Randy. I'm like, listen, you're about to go to Raw and work a red hot program with Bray Wyatt, okay? You haven't seen his new character, man. It's going to change the business like all of his other characters. Okay. Women's tag title was the most illustrious, prestigious tag titles in all of wrestling, or at least in the top 50. The formidable champions, Bliss, Cross, Applesauce, taking on the definitely not thrown together unit of Ember Moon and Liv Morgan. This one is interesting because I have a conflict.
Is it interesting?
Look, these are 4 people I like. So to me, it is somewhat interesting. I'm going to give this 10 minutes to be a good professional wrestling match. I'm trusting them with that much. We know who's losing this match, don't we, Jeremy? We know who's losing this one.
Nikki Cross.
A new conflict. No, definitely not Nikki Cross. A new conflict of mine. As Liv Morgan, she's definitely not the victor. She is, in fact, the loser of this match. She'll be taking a DDT in the middle of the ring as flat as possible. Thank you, please. Do never get mad at me when I'm trying to fire someone in order to protect you. Never do that, folks. That's what I'm announcing tonight. Never do that. There will be a trade in the works in the coming weeks, okay? Very disappointed with Liv. Okay, this is fine.
Okay. Do you want to do a brand-to-brand invitation where we get 4? They can use 4 appearances. I don't know. This joke is going to be so old to the point where they're not even following this brand-to-brand invitation anymore. But for us, it's only 2 days old because it happened this past Friday. Their explanation for it.
I was literally just about to say, I really hope by the time this airs that is not a thing anymore, and we can all have moved on and forgotten about it. But
No,
if we are going to do it, Jeremy, you need to make a spreadsheet and do the 4 appearances.
yes,
Okay, you need to.
It's like options in I guess baseball or something where you can send them back and forth to the. Oh, he's only got 3 more options left, 3 more callbacks. That's how it is with this brand-to-brand invitation.
Yeah, it's true. At least they're using the right talent for it, though, right, Jeremy? Fresh talent we wanted to see more of. Anyway, moving on to this. Hashtag bow down, yeah. Moving on to this much more fun universe of SmackDown supremacy, we now move on to my favourite match on the card, as you know, a social commentary on the overweight man and his trials and tribulations against men that look like Rick Rude. There are not many men that look like Rick Rude, but nonetheless, that is the story we're telling. This one's an interesting one finish-wise. Very, very interesting. And I'm trying to think of something creative that involves the 2 men's physique, and I am falling short in that.
Kevin Owens is so fat that Rick Rude can't kick out.
I mean, honestly, my finish in mind, and we're going to pull the curtain back here, Jeremy, okay? My finish in mind was always that the story basically is Rude sees Owens as a joke, but throughout this whole match, Owens is one up on him, and Rude has to cheat to win. I was just trying to get, some Pat Patterson in me, and hoping I could figure out some hilarious kind of... I mean, just a general gut punch in the match is funny enough for me, but, I didn't know there was a great finish. But nonetheless, that's what we're going for with this match. We're going to give this 16 minutes, a lot of Rude bumping, a lot of back body drops, a lot of atomic drops. That's over. That's a meme now, but it won't be a meme by the time this video is out, correct? Rick Rude taking the atomic drop?
Yeah, I think that lasted like a week, and now it's already... died down. So yeah, by the time this video comes out, I don't know if it's gonna be a thing anymore. Did you ever follow the WWE Subway account? That was a good account.
I don't think so. What was the account?
It was like so if, like Hulk Hogan, when he puts his hand up, was like, this is where the power lies and stuff, and the tweet was something like, when you go to Subway and you ask for the $5 foot long or something, is a lot funnier than a lot of the stuff that I will say.
Okay.
But you got the GIF and the text go together. Me just explaining it doesn't really work.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Because to be fair, if I was explaining the Rick Rude one, it would be even less funny.
Yeah.
In fairness, so yeah, but that account was the best week of Twitter ever.
Tainted win.
So yes, tainted win. I explained that while I was doing that, right? That was a fair explanation of what's going on here? Yes. Okay, good.
You said 16 minutes?
Obviously, yeah, that's perfect. Obviously, this is one that we're going to carry on. Big blow-off will be, way down the line. Way down the line. Patience, folks.
Layers and nuances.
That's the name of this program. Yep, you know it. Okay, I'm looking at my format here. Okay, we're going to go next with the women's title match. Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. This is a big one, right?
This is a
one
big
for wrestling
match.
Twitter.
Yes.
I'm very intrigued as to how AJ does, and it will decide what we do next in many ways. Because frankly, her in-ring is an absolute mystery to me in this game. Like I'm aware she's not, Ricky Steamboat. She takes good bumps, and
I just put Becky Lynch as the victor. I just figured because you were unsure. You're talking about you being unsure of how AJ and where it's gonna go. I don't think you were just gonna put the title on her and be like unsure, but she's the champ now, so we gotta go somewhere.
So I need to just don't put this into the game because I don't want it to be like a keep strong where it makes her like it misunderstands what I'm saying. But basically, the finish would leave something open. We'd do a deal where, AJ pulls the turnbuckle gimmick off, and then she gets pushed into it. Becky hits her pump handle slam, which is deadly, and pins her. And it's, there's enough open that we could do a rematch if we want to. We're not just beating her flat, but she's getting pinned 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring by Becky. I'm going to give this 15 minutes.
All right.
There's been some decisions in the history of professional wrestling. That could prove to be one of them. I think it's fine. I think, it's more character heavy. Lots of AJ kind of, whimpering around, and then eventually she gets the heat. I mean, it'll be fine. I have confidence in this. I'm looking at what else I've got 3 matches left, I believe. That makes sense.
The 3 title matches.
Yep. Okay, that sounds good. Tag titles up next. We've got PNP and the Usos. This has been disappointing for a lot of it so far. The promos have, anyway. But someone liked Santana, did they not, Jeremy? They said he has charisma.
Yes.
Something exciting.
I think Roman Reigns said something nice about Santana.
And Roman Reigns is the true locker room leader, isn't he? He really is. He loves all of these guys. He never gets to wrestling with them. He's basically just telling me every week he comes to me with a new guy and he's like, I am tired of wrestling Bobby Lashley and Miz. Please put me in with Angel Garza or, Santana, whoever it may be. Anyway, this is a classic tag.
Does Roman have to wait outside your office for 5 hours to get his meeting, or does he have just carte blanche where he can just walk in and it's all good?
I don't have an office. I sit in Gorilla. As soon as I get to the building, I have a crate of cold beers and I sit in Gorilla, and we just talk shop and we talk about the business. And sometimes someone will go to me, Joe, we're on the air in 15 minutes, and I'll say, listen, what will happen will happen. We're talking about the business, and that's just how it works on my brand. And I know that
I respect.
There's a lot of jealousy about that on Raw. I know there's a lot of resentment about you're more structured, Jeremy, and that's fine.
I respect that you don't have an office. You left it as the Bruce Prichard Memorial for every arena we go to. So I respect that.
We call it the Prichard position, actually, Gorilla now. You know that? And that's where we all sit. That's where we spend our days in celebration of Bruce. And Roman just comes up to me in the middle of the show. He'll just be like, Angel Garza's good. I'll be like, yep, yes, he is, Roman. This is going to be a classic tag match. I don't even care, man. I don't even care what this game says. We're going all in on this. In fact, so much so that I may have to reorder some things. I'm giving this 21 minutes. And I don't care, Jeremy. I don't care anymore. I trust the Usos, one of the greatest teams I've ever seen. And I also love the proud and also powerful men, Santana and Ortiz. And if they wasn't proud, Jeremy, they would certainly not be powerful. Okay, this is an interesting one for finish, is it not? I'm going to say the Usos up via a inside cradle, the greatest finish in professional wrestling, which I think is like a flash deal on here, right? Pinfall, flash. Yes. Because again, it's one of those deals we want to carry the feud on. It's way too early to put the belts on PMP, but we also don't want to kill. We don't want to kill them either in their first pay-per-view match. So this is just a start. Hopefully the match is good enough that I have an excuse to keep doing it. Because otherwise, there will be some problems. But we'll see. But I'm looking at the order here. I might have to just rejig some things once we have everything in. Okay?
Okay.
We've got the Ultimate Challenge up next, haven't we? We've got to try and get Randy Orton to do the favours to Mr. Keith Lee. That's our next one, folks. Keith Lee and Randy Orton. The irony of this is I think Randy would lose to just about anyone at this point. I'm not sure he cares, right? He's put over some guys on TV in recent years where it was like, man, Randy just doesn't care. Come on, he doesn't care.
Randy's paid. He's locked up. What does he care if he loses these matches to these guys?
Literally, he's a guy that you couldn't have any opportunity. Like, if I said to you, Jeremy, name his results in recent years in a match, you would have such a hard time doing so. It doesn't matter, does it, for the most part? He's Randy Orton. He may get the hard KO. If he does, it will pop. If not, boring.
That's pretty much how it goes.
Yes, and I say this is the biggest Randy Orton fan of all. By the way, we're way ahead of it now, so I can say it. Congratulations to Randy on the greatest wrestling match ever.
Yes,
right, Jeremy?
Randy Orton and Edge had the best professional wrestling match we've ever seen in this universe, in all of universes at WWE Backlash. And, I mean, why does wrestling exist anymore, Joe? Why doesn't it just all shut down?
That's what Okada tweeted. Tanahashi did a press conference in Japan and said, we're closing down the territory. We've given up. We always see ourselves as like, the height of professional wrestling, but we saw Randy Orton grab a hold on Edge and we said, that's enough. That's enough. We've peaked here, folks. That's enough. Close it up. Anyway, back to the Intercontinental title, which I think I've announced as the US title tournament approximately 10,000 times. And, that's just the World Championship Wrestling fan in me, folks. You can't, it's the way it is. I give Randy 14 minutes earlier, right, with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
This is a really difficult one because I like this match a lot, but I would be very scared about what a long heat segment does to Keith. We're going to go 15 minutes. I'm not sure that's actually the right decision, but...
Randy with his working boots on. He's working 29 minutes in 2 matches on this show.
Which is his real gripe with me, isn't it? That's his real issue. He's like, can't Ray do this? Like, why am I doing this?
He's like, if I'm going to do 29 minutes, you got to have me do a bunch of walking and talking and just punching.
Yes,
and then I can go for 45 minutes.
Yes. I'm just going to warn him. I'm going to say, look, Randy, there will be no more nights lace in your future. I promise. Just do this for me, and we'll be fine. Let's see what he says. Let's see how angry he gets at me.
You good on everything?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Extremely unhappy Randall Keith Orton.
There's one worse than that. It's like a furious one, isn't there?
I don't know. Maybe. What did Sasha Banks say when I tried to have her lose to Candice LeRae?
I think she was also extremely unhappy.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Keith Lee's got to get the knuckles cracking here. True,
100% true. Look, I said it. I said I'd sacrifice. Right, we're pushing through. I don't want to, I don't want to take away from Keith's win. Keith Lee needs this belt, and even if it's a belt so unimportant that I forgot the name of it throughout this whole series until you selected it there from the title screen, that is what it is. By the way, just got to say this, Kate. Credit to me for watching you book Raw for multiple weeks now, as Shinsuke Nakamura is running a whole gimmick based on the fact he's US champ, and also being like at the same time, anyway, onto my US title tournament, folks. Extraordinary lack of attention to detail here from the Pritchard position, right?
It's been a rough couple of weeks. Okay, I'll give you a pass. It has been a rough couple of weeks. You should watch the product every week, but I understand if you missed a couple episodes. But look, I do have a red hot Knock America against MAGA Braun feud running right now.
You do, and I have watched the whole feud play out while thinking I had that title on my brand, which says a lot about either your feud or my brain, one or the other. But nonetheless,
my feud is not what you think, but it's definitely what you think.
Yes, there are like PSAs in it and such, with Braun talking about the United States and everything great about it. And he hasn't wore a hat yet, but you almost went there. Nonetheless, that's what professional wrestling is, right? Yes, the hat is a key. Like in your Raw opening, with the cool music and the cool imagery. There's just a shot of a still shot of Brett's cap on the ring canvas, like he's one of the superstars. That'd be great. Okay, main event. Now, this is one where I need to ask you what the limitations of the game are, Jeremy, because the finish to this main event, blockbuster as it is that after 25 minutes of tremendous professional wrestling between two of the biggest dogs in this yard, right? The man that me and you have forgotten the nickname of, and I'm pretty sure is no longer the Scottish Psychopath, against the big dog. 25 minutes, as good as it gets, two big guys in the New York territory, for the biggest prize in sports, or is this the one or the other, right? This is the WWE title, right? This is the actual cool belt. Okay. So I'm looking here, and after 25 minutes, there's a ref bump. Okay. Out comes everyone's favourite Samoan that is pretending to be Japanese, King Yokozuna, my favourite wrestler and yours. He's finally here. He drops the bonsai on Drew. And everyone is confused. Roman is, staggering to his feet. Yoko's behind him. What is Yoko going to do to Roman? They fist bump because Roman is a smart wrestler that saved it for 25 minutes into the match when his friend would run in. It was all a matter of chance and opportunity, but that's how wrestling works. And Yoko fist bumps Roman. Drew stands up after a long, long time, eats the spear. Roman wins. My question for you is, can we turn Roman within this match? Because that is really what we're doing.
Yeah. The screen will pop up at the end, because you've been building towards the turn. And so on the handle changes, it'll turn him, technically in this match. I don't know how it calculates, but the turn technically happens in this match.
I mean, look, in terms of the game, I'm willing to eat the little ratings knock, right? Because that's fine. For 25 minutes, they are doing a babyface match. I get it, so that's fine. But for the audience's sake, as soon as this match ends, it's clear that Roman is in coats. It's basically
right.
One thing I do want to do is we need to ensure in some way, and I don't know how easy this is from this screen or the event screen. We need to give Yoko enough money that he's not upset doing this running. Because I do not want him to kill Drew, the bonsai, okay?
Okay.
I don't know what the effect on his running would be, but I'm not taking that risk. We need to pay him an absurd amount of money immediately. And I don't care what it does to the stock, Jeremy. I've made that clear to you, okay?
All right, how much money would you... He's making $19,600 per month.
And how angry is he at me right now?
I think it's just minor. He does, but... irritated. He's irritated right now. His morale's irritated. Irritated is the least one, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, let's give him $10,000. I don't care. Let's just do it. This has been a great night.
Did you get this approved by the board of directors?
I just text like a few guys and was like Yoko, and they said what, and I never replied. I just said Yoko. Look, we've got our top baby
He is
face.
now
He's trusting this
pleased,
man.
so it 100% worked. The $10,000 payoff to not kill Drew McIntyre completely worked.
Okay, I've got to ask you before we go ahead with this show, because it's just interesting to me. You know, you mentioned that like you admire how I'm introducing these characters as though they exist in actually 2020.
Yeah.
I wanted to discuss with you what a Yokozuna has been doing in that universe. Like, has he been working on Dynamite against Marco Stunt and the gang, or is like I'm fascinated as to what he even is in a 2020.
I think cryogenically frozen, and then he's now unthawed, and he's returned, and here he is.
Are you sure he's not been vying for like the pure title in Ring of Honor or something
No,
like that?
I don't think Yoko. I think after his WWE run ended, they just cryogenically froze him. Like he wasn't going to TNA. You know what? He probably did take a TNA payoff. Actually, he 100%
Yes.
took a TNA payoff. But he wasn't going to lower himself to ROH or PWG. It wasn't going to go to New Japan. He had offers from New Japan. He said, no, I'm going to go over there. They're going to have me do sumo as well. He didn't want to do any more sumo, but he knew that if he went to Japan, they were going to try to make him do sumo and MMA fights. He didn't want to do all that stuff. So they just cryogenically froze him, and now he's here in 2020.
Okay, so we are agreeing then that he never did a job to Tessa Blanchard for the Impact World title. As long as we're agreeing on that much, I can proceed.
Yeah, he did. He took the TNA money, not the Impact money. I don't know. Yeah, he didn't do any of that stuff.
Okay, good. Okay.
He worked with Jeff Hardy, complained about him like everybody else did, and that's what happened.
Okay, yes, and he's an esteemed member of the Raw roster now, Jeff Hardy, isn't he? Right? Yes. I'm correct in saying that?
We're going to do a redemption story. Haven't had one of those with him.
Yeah, by the way, I have to say I appreciate, and that run may be over now, but I appreciate they are literally just describing it as one good run. like he's like he's a 50-year-old man. Anyway, back to 2020 Judgment Day. Can we go off the air with an angle of the Yoko and Roman embracing here?
Yes.
Big hugs. I'm trying to think of how I've got Yoko looking because I do love the Yokozuna character. And the sumo deal is tremendous, but we may just throw a leather jacket on him just to make this kind of round out a little bit more. Which would be even better if he's just the same man, but he just also wears a leather jacket sometimes.
That completely you just stole Finn Balor's gimmick is all you did there.
Yes, I often have watched Finn Balor and thought to myself, shades of a young Yokozuna. It has happened to me often, I must say. But yeah, this is how we're going to go off the air.
You need a storytelling match, and then we'll book some video package and stuff as well.
Yeah, I also need to reorder this, I feel. I'm looking at... Then again, I guess Randy's going to bring him back down after that tag match, isn't he? Let's be honest. He's going to work a leg or something. That works fine for me now that I look at it. Okay, storytelling match is the Owens and Rude one, which is a bit of a shame because I feel like their work alone should be like more than good enough to have a great match. But that is the story one, really. After I described it, that should make some sense.
All right.
Because obviously we are trying to, we're trying to make it clear here that like Kevin Owens is really good. I want to make it clear on that was not the storyline. Was not that Kevin Owens is fat and bad. He's very, 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 very good. We were just, Rudy's ignorant was the point because he's coming from a time machine. It made sense to me. Okay, I'm looking here, thinking of angles. What can we do for an angle? Okay, let's do a Rude promo before the match. That would be perfect. Like a backstage kind of deal.
You can be with Charlie Caruso. You can kick off this Rick Rude, Angel Garza, either feud or team.
I sure can. Not something I'm going to be doing here, but I sure could do that. Rick Rude saying mean things about Kevin Owens has become a staple of our program here on Friday nights. Yep, that's fine, Rick. I've told you many times. Just the limitations. I've set them out clearly to you. No problem. Okay, we'll do that. And I'm looking... Let's also do an AJ Lee promo, and that really should be about it, I think.
Okay.
Because AJ Lee hasn't actually wrestled a match in this universe in quite some time. Now, maybe not as long as it's been in real life. Clearly, my time machine rules are they're a little bit, mixed. Not everyone is operating under the same time machine rules. But who cares, right? Charlie Caruso's on the show now, and that's fine. So this is all good. Can you just show me my analysis screen? I'm thinking maybe there's something I can fit in on like a pre-show segment or something.
My God, all this work into Bobby Lashley. You've got to give this man like a segment with a Miz at the very least.
What did they do on the last SmackDown? Miz lost being an idiot, right? He was showing off.
Yeah.
Okay, Miz is going to take Bobby. Miz is no, that would have been hilarious. Bobby Lashley's going to take Miz to the gym, and no silly business. Okay, and he goes to Miz and Maurice's house, and he's getting like special gear on, and Bobby says, "Listen, this is not how it's done. Okay, I'm a real athlete. Today you're going to be a real athlete with me." This leads to some funniness as Miz tries to lift the same weight. 15 minutes, my God.
I feel like they would have a very long gym session trying to do all these things.
Sure, man. Look, fine with me. Works for me. As long as it doesn't have a negative effect, I'm fine with it.
How long do you actually want it?
Well, yeah, no, just do it as 5 minutes for the sake of the game. I don't know how long this would be. This is just a character piece. Because you're right, they've been on the show every single week. Because the deal would be the setup. Because I'm big on believability, as you know with these time machine deals. I'm big on believability. And the deal here is Bobby's like, look, just because we're not on Backlash doesn't mean we haven't got to work, okay? The boys may be smashing cold beers. We're going to the gym. We're pumping some iron. And Miz is, he's taking this not seriously ill. Bob has to put him into line. There was no one else on the analysis screen, correct, Jeremy, of note? Or am I missing someone?
There was Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, which, another strike against you there. Two Fly?
Yes.
Doing nothing with. Can we officially rename Drew Gulak?
Oh dear. Yeah, that's unfortunate in many ways, isn't it? That really is. We will not rename Drew. We will not rename him. Okay. I'm making it clear. But it is very, very sad that I see his name there now.
And it's gonna pop up every single time when I try to go to Drew McIntyre. That's why I want the
Can we call him? I'm trying to think of a good. You know what? Just call him Gulak. I don't care at this point. At least he's on the roster, right? At least I wasn't that mean to the poor guy. I love Drew. Wherever Drew Gulak is by the time this episode airs, I hope he's doing well. And that's literally about as much as I can say at this point. Because he may just be back on SmackDown. I have no idea. But I'm rooting for it either way.
Gulak. See, one name, that's all you need when you're a man like Drew Gulak.
I mean, it's a better one name than, like, poor Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy.
That's wretched. I mean, Buddy Murphy's bad enough, but just Murphy, awful. Anyway, also Ali, good lord, incredible. Nonetheless, I'm looking here at the setup. I'm confident, more confident than I should be, to be frank with you, Jeremy.
All right.
I think this professional wrestling program is ready to run. Record house and attendance, of course. I think we're ready. This is going to backfire tremendously. So putting that match first, morale-wise.
Pre-show.
Bad
okay.
move.
Yeah, it doesn't count against anything.
This is fine, isn't it? Carmella's just not been good, right?
No. You want Sonya Deville? I've seen the YouTube comments on how I've done nothing with Sonya when she's clearly the best star on SmackDown, and I apologize, everybody.
You know what was great? I saw your tweet, and there were people at the gym who like fired up at you, which I just
know.
Why not? Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure some stuff out. Liv Morgan's also possibly on the trade block, so we'll discuss this stuff.
All right, good start. You knew this match would be good. I mean, Randy and Ray are over at the very least, and they can work an easy 14-minute match. Yeah,
the only issue this match would have in real life is just crowd's energy levels. And as the opener, it would be absolutely hit. It would 100%. They would accept Randy's delay in tactics. They'd pop for his power slam. I don't think he's going to go with a superplex if he's having to wrestle twice. But then again, he couldn't superplex Keith Lee. Whatever, it'll be fun. I love this match. 14 minutes, great stuff, good start.
All right.
Okay, this was better than the Lashley match, and that's all you can ask for, correct?
I think it was better than the Lashley match.
You got the crowd buzzing, at least. It was only 10 minutes. Perhaps that was the issue.
This somehow got the crowd hotter, so, I mean, that's good.
They were so pumped. They were like, we didn't think we were going to see Lashley tonight, guys. We got him.
All right. Liv Morgan, the weak link.
Okay, this is actually kind of encouraging, I think.
I think it should be encouraging.
I can 100% book C plus tag title matches every month. That's not an issue. Like, and Liv Morgan, if you take her out of this may even have got into those incredible territories of B minus, right? That would have been a feat for these belts. This is fine.
B plus, strong segment as you would expect from Rick Rude.
Simply ravishing. He said some disgusting stuff, I'd imagine. This is on the network. To him, that's pay-per-view. He has no idea what you're talking about, and you say it's the network, so he's just gone all out. Okay, this is good. This is good, and this is also just the start, remember. Storytelling match. The game has no idea how I laid it out, but nonetheless, there is going to be a time where these two men have like a 25-minute match, and it's going to be extraordinary. There may be a cage involved even at some point.
Oh, wow.
But this is just the start. This is because, remember, this isn't really all that personal, right? Rude's being a dick and Owens is upset that he's cost him opportunities purely because he doesn't like the shape of his body, which is disgusting, by the way, Jeremy. This is going to get a lot more personal than that as we move down the line here. But good start, very much so. Okay.
Well, you can't blame Charlie because we saw her just in a B plus segment, so...
I had it in the chamber. I was like, oh, goddamn. No, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't even think I rated her on anything. She's just there to get on television.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, this was good.
There you go. You should have strapped up AJ Lee.
Okay, just so everyone knows, when I said the decision will be made based on this, it was not that AJ is going to win the title. It's simply that they will be main event in a SmackDown in the next few weeks, basically in a rematch. That's all. But this was actually good, right? Becky, this is the first time we've seen like full-on Becky being over leading something to a good match, which is a very good sign, I would say.
Your division is strong. We've kept her and Seth Rollins apart, which is good. True.
Okay. This is this could have been worse, couldn't it?
Yeah. Santana and Ortiz. I mean, even Jimmy Uso has a C plus. I think it's just mainly these teams aren't over. Like. Yeah. This would be a great match. I think both of us would really enjoy this match. But in this game, like Santana Ortiz and even the Usos, like they're probably just not over that much.
And it's also, like, I have to be fair. I'm booking this like it's like an NWA tag title match from the 80s. There is a good chance that a 20-minute tag match in modern WWE would just kill a crowd. Like that is a real thing that could happen. This is going to have like multiple heat segments. Perhaps it'll be a bit out of place, but to me, as someone that loves tag wrestling, yeah, this sounds like fun. Maybe it'll get better as we go. Hopefully it gets both teams more over.
I think it will.
Thanks, mate. Thank you for the encouragement. I appreciate it.
Oh, wow. Look at this match.
Oh, Randall. Oh, Randall's the next world champ, folks. Breaking news. Peak Randall has come through again, leading the young whippersnapper to another classic on pay-per-view, right? This is actually one of those matches where like the observer will be like, Randy Orton, logical, good, 4 stars. And everyone on Twitter is going, oh, this sucked, this was boring. I think this is using the Dave scale. I like this match a lot on paper. And in theory, look at this, great wrestling, good heat. If Keith Lee's more over, this is probably an A match.
Yeah.
Which is something. That's something we can come back to 3 Manias down the line, folks. Pencil it in.
By that point, it'll be a cinematic match.
Yes, true. Randy's not going to be taking bumps, hopefully.
All right. Roman Reigns, new champion. Yokozuna during the match. Roman Reigns turned on Drew. There you go, a B. The 2 B plus performances. They have good chemistry. Very good news.
That's interesting. I was going to ask you, that good chemistry deal, I did not notice that the first time these men wrestled. I didn't know chemistry was a thing that could develop. I thought it was just... That's interesting. I don't know. Nonetheless, yeah, it's a fine match. Roman as a heel is a bold move, right? They haven't ever done it. So I mean, I don't know how bold it is, but I should make it clear that I actually think Roman as a babyface is a lot of fun. When I had this roster, it made a lot of sense to me. And you got Yoko and Roman, huh? With some leather jackets. My God. New boom period. Stop.
Are you gonna turn? Are you turning the Usos next? Is that the plan?
Big program, but there will be no turns. Big program though, Jeremy. You're going ahead of me here. Give me some hot tag team wrestling going on.
You should align them with Santana and Ortiz. Roman has taken a liking to Santana, and now the Usos are very jealous.
It's interesting you say that. I was looking at Yoko earlier, and I looked over at some of my agents, and I said to him, if Yoko wasn't proud, he wouldn't be powerful. And one of the guys said to me, he would. He weighs 550 pounds. Of course he'd still be powerful. I said, no, trust me, wouldn't be. If he wasn't proud, he wouldn't be powerful.
All right, that's Judgment Day. Oh, we had
What
the
a night it
angle.
was.
Sorry, we had the angle.
Oh, the hug. The
B
big
plus,
hug.
yeah, the big hug. Hey, that's fine. Good B plus to close out the show. Let's see where the stock's gonna be at. A B. Santana slightly overused. Ortiz slightly overused. That's
God.
Nonsense.
My. Oh my, that is very mean, isn't it? Like
What's-
someone turned off the show in rage.
Once you pair him with Roman and Yoko, that no one will mind.
Okay, I mean the only issue with that is I'm not pairing them with Roman and Yoko, so your consolation to me does not work. But nonetheless, good show. Who are we giving speeches to here?
I think you've got to highlight Randy. You've got to just,
Okay, what's the funniest thing I can say to Randy the game will allow? Because,
told that they're awesome.
I'm giving him a hug.
Okay.
And he's going to hate every minute of it. He's walking through the curtain and I'm just going to grab him immediately. Thank you so much, man. Incredible job. Becky Lynch, praise for a great performance. She had like a legit good match. With AJ, who was fine. She was not, bad by any means, but she got like a C, I think.
You should tell Liv Morgan she should do better.
You know what? I may actually... No, Carmella. Carmella, what's the meanest thing I can do? What did Carmella get mad at me about?
I don't remember.
Something she got mad
yeah, Carmella was mad about a gimmick change or the heel turn. She was mad about the turn.
Repeatedly insulted.
Yeah. Okay, repeatedly
We're doing.
insulted. My God, Joseph. Corey
I'm gonna
Graves.
explain to Carmella
Corey Graves on his podcast on Thursday. No holding back, Joseph. No holding back. That's where they shoot, Joe. I don't know if you know that, but WWE After the Bell, that's where they shoot. They hold no punches.
He'll have to book out a long session of promo class for that one in NXT, won't he? So, look, I'm going to just say to Carmella, look, I give you the gimmick of arrogant heel, and you failed in every way possible. I have no idea what you're doing next, but you will not be winning professional wrestling matches. And then I go back to Randy and hug him again. Randy looks pleased.
Becky is pleased.
Yeah.
Carmella is now irritated.
Irritated?
Yeah.
Tame? That's not bad, is it?
Just
Look,
wait.
I've got a lot of females here, talented females I want to use, and Carmella was never one of them. But now that has her single chance of it has been squandered. So yes, repeatedly insulted.
Just wait until she tells Corey you are going to be in trouble on WWE After the Bell.
There's going to be a fist fight at the Pritchard position, isn't there? He's going to turn up. He's going to turn up at the TV and fight me about this stuff. I feel, but he doesn't pull any punches, so it could be a tough brawl, I must say. That's a real shooter, man. He don't play by the rules.
You should have Candice by your side, and then Graves ain't doing nothing.
True. Here's my question for you, okay? When The Rock saw this show and the closing angle, did he tweet, "You'll keep killing it, JJH"? Yes or no? I feel he did.
I think he did as well. That's a 100% Rock thing he would do. He was definitely watching. We know who. Of course, The Rock was watching the WWE Judgment Day.
Of course, yeah.
Emails, drug testing, whatever. Good rating.
How has no one failed a test yet?
It's a clean. Jeremy Borash high on Santana as well. It's a clean locker room, Joe. Why would anybody fail a drug test?
Listen, your locker room might be clean, but I'm not sure I'm passing the drug test on SmackDown. So we'll see what happens. It could get rough in the near future, but for now, we're all clean. We're all good. Stock is up. Yokozuna is here.
Who is gonna be leaving Impact? Oh, well, we don't want Scott D'Amore. Jimmy Havoc. I think if Jimmy Havoc stays with MLW, we should target MLW next.
What? Only if he stays. If he leaves, we just happily leave them be. I actually appreciate that approach. I'm on board.
Okay. Anything else? Or are we good? Closing out Judgment Day.
Just send me some good tweets about this. Congratulate me, thank me, wherever your kind of tone you want to go with this. Say something nice about Judgment Day. JBL is grinning this evening. Very special pay-per-view to him. We did it proud. We did it justice. And if we wasn't proud, Jeremy, we would not be powerful. And we are so powerful. Friday Night SmackDown on Fox.
I will be giving my Oscar acceptance speech for best video editing after this pay-per-view airs. So everyone can look forward to that. And
yes,
we will be back next week as we start the journey to I guess I'm going to call it like the King of Kings, WWE King of Kings. I should use all the Triple H names. So it's like WWE King of Kings, Cerebral Assassin, The Game, The Blue Blood, The Degenerate. Like that's the whole pay-per-view name.
What if you do like a different arena for every one of these different eras? You just switch like WrestleMania 2 stuff. You do like 8 times. That'd be incredible, wouldn't it?
We will be building to that pay-per-view starting next week. Appreciate everybody checking it out. We do 3 shows a week. Check out the Tuesday shows where we review movies starring wrestlers. The Thursday show, we actually talk about wrestling. Joseph, what did we talk about this week? It feels like so long ago, even though it was only 3 days.
We spoke about the follow-up angle to Alexa Bliss's 5-star match with Brock Lesnar, where she threw him through the barbershop window, Jeremy. I can't believe you didn't remember this, but that's what we spoke about.
It's been a long time, all right, Joe? I know it's only 3 days, but look, a lot happens in 3 days.
Sure did, yeah.
And we do the TEW series every Saturday. We appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will talk to y'all next week.